Okay, so over here we're going to use a different class. Instead of circle, we're going to work with a rectangle class. Now rectangles have a length and a width. And when we need to access the class from the outside, we don't want to immediately store this in the length and the width. We want to make this private. So what we had over here is a set length and a set width method. So information from the class outside comes over here for the length and for the width. And then what happens internally, when it comes from the outside, we're going to take that outside value, put it into the internal length, unless over here it's less than 0, because we cannot have negative length. And then we just set it at a default of 1. Same thing for the width. So the width comes from the outside as W, and we store the value in W in width, which is internal and protected. And unless it's less than 0, then we're going to assign it the default value of 1 again. So now we have the length and the width coming from the outside stored internally over here in the length and the width, private and protected. And now we can access it with the getLength and the getWidth method. So getLength over here just takes that length property. Width over here does the same thing. And when we want to call calc area and we want to get the area back, we don't have to send it any information, and we just return. We calculate the area over here with the internal length and width, store it in area, and then return that. Now you see again over here that the over here you have some prototypes, and we're going to collapse all this a little bit. Actually, we're going to bring this back into the main function. So I'm going to take this whole function over here, and I'm going to replace this prototype with the actual function. And then I'm going to do the same thing over here for set width. And I should not forget to remove the class reference over here. So let's do this and remove this rectangle here. And we're going to do the same thing over here for the set length or get length. Over here remove the class reference, do that for the get width. Remove the class reference again. Over here the calc area function. Okay, remove the class reference over here. Now this is not very well aligned, so I'm just going to highlight this and tab this in a little bit. So now you can see how we have over here our private members and our public methods. I can take out all these outside comments over here. A little bit of garbage cleanup. Okay, so what you see over here is that I have my whole class defined inside this class declaration over here, and when I run this and I use the same numbers again, 10.5 and 20, you see that it works just exactly the same. So I have a feeling that when we transitioned from structures to classes, that it was easier to just declare the functions outside, and so you could basically take a copy of the structure and then just add a prototype for the class function, and that may be why we still have these outside declarations. Personally, I find it easier just to keep it inside the class over here like this.